this is the P35 and it's a new case from Sahara. Now it's a MIDI tower which supports ITX, micro ATX or full ATX motherboards. Now it's available in two variants, either the case on its own or as the full RGB package as I've got here, including 4 of Sahara's Pirate True RGB fans and the required fan controller to get those fans working. So looking at the fans first of all, they're 120mm fans and they run at up to 1200 RPM. Now at full speed these fans are really quiet, rated at just 23.5 decibels, and they push out air at 38 cubic feet per metre. Now the fans have a long 580mm cable with a proprietary 6-pin connector at the end, which must be used with the Sahara Pirate fan controller. Now the controller will take up to 9 of the fans and it comes with this infrared remote. Now with the remote you can change not only the speed of the fans but the LED colours and effects too. Now the fans have a total of 55 colour and effects settings. As I say, you can change these with the remote. There are also buttons on the controller itself, or you can cycle through them with the LED button on the case. Now while the fans do look good in the case and they perform really well, my only gripe is that they don't quite look as premium as some other fans available that do similar, which is where I come to the prices. Now I'm told that the case on its own without the fans will be available soon from eBuyer in the UK for just under £40, which for a two-sided tempered glass case is excellent value. The controller is £9.99, but each fan, and this is where I think you get really great value for money, each fan is only £4.99 each. So if you want to add extra fans, it's really cheap to be able to do that. Now alternatively, you can also go for the full RGB combo pack like I've got here. That includes the case, a controller and 4 of the fans for just $69.99. So the case can take up to 9 120mm fans, 3 on the front, 2 up top, 3 on top of the PSU shroud and 1 which I've got there for an exhaust fan. Now 140mm fans are also supported in some areas, 2 you can fit on the front and 2 up top. And you can fit a variety of radiators in here. Now there are 2 dust filters on the case, 1 magnetic filter on the top and 1 underneath the power supply. There aren't any on the front however, meaning that you'll have to keep an eye on any dust building up within the case. Now the front tempered glass panel is incorporated into the plastic front cover of the case, which has these cutouts down the sides to let air in. Now I was a little worried that there would be restricted airflow, and it's honestly not as bad as I thought. I mean obviously whenever you put a tempered glass wall in front of the fans, it's going to take some airflow away. But looking at it, there's plenty of room in front of the fans to move air around. Now the side panel is attached with 4 thumb screws, and as you can see underneath, this has obviously been added to somewhat of a generic chassis. You can see the usual side panel mounting holes still there. Plus the tempered glass side panel doesn't fit perfectly flush to the side of the case. Now that might irk some people, but for me it's not a major problem and it somewhat adds to the character of the case. Now moving round to the rear of the case, there's nothing really unusual here. The power supply is at the bottom. There are 7 PCI bay covers, the top one being reusable, held in by a screw, but the lowest 6 are all the breakout type, which if you regularly add and remove hardware, it might leave you with gaps at the back if you don't buy any replacements. Looking round at the opposite side panel, this one's made of metal and it has these cutouts on to help with airflow within the case. Now removing this shows us that there's quite a nice amount of room for cable management, and there are 2 hard drive trays in the mounting bay at the bottom. This is hidden under the PSU shroud. The trays themselves are completely toolless, and the hard drive simply clips in like this. They also have these rubber parts on the sides to deaden any vibration, which is a nice touch, and they do work rather well. You can also fit an SSD into these trays by simply screwing them into place with 4 screws. Alternatively, there are 2 SSD mounting points inside the case. Now there's a good gap underneath here for air to flow underneath and to go up and into the power supply, and it stands off the desk on these metal legs here. Now underneath there are actually rubber feet on there to help it stop scratching the desk. Now with the case you get this plastic bag including all the screws you'll need, plus some rubber covers for the front panel connectors. It also contains a cleaning cloth for the tempered glass. Now looking at the inside of the case, it's completely black inside and there's plenty of room to work in. There's space in here for a 370mm graphics card and a 170mm high CPU cooler. Now the PSU shroud has ventilation holes for the 3 fans to be added, and it also has various cutouts for cables to come up from below. So I've done a test build in the case. Let's see how that went. So there you go, a really nice neat case for the money. It feels and looks like a case that's a lot more expensive than it is. So I'll leave a link to this product in the description below. Please don't forget to use our Amazon and Overclockers links. It really does help to keep the channel going. Don't forget to give this video a like if you liked it. There's a lot more to come on the channel, including more PC builds and reviews. The best way to make sure you don't miss any of those is to hit that subscribe button below. Doesn't cost a thing. So thanks for watching, and I will see you later.